Hello everybody, welcome to Nego Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Back to the beautiful Light and Dreams guidebook. I'm telling you, this new moon, fresh, clear energy is so absolutely dreamy. Like, I find my pace very restful. My mind has a lot of clarity and I can do things one thing at a time, professionally and calmly. And also, it's weird in terms of business practices and other things too. I'm very easy to draw up contracts with my clients and, have smooth negotiation and know what's mutually beneficial. Again, sometimes when we're self-employed, a lot of people, they're unaware there's parameters and boundaries and all of those type of things. So as somebody that sometimes provides a myriad of services, I have to kind of draw up contracts for people. And I just begun that because I realize that you can be pulled in too many directions. And I'm really excited about this. It's a time to smooth things out. And that's this thistle. It is standing up for what you believe in. And I want to really get this across to a lot of you guys out there that have creative endeavors and are in any kind of arts, give advice, are in therapy, doing readings, doing anything that is kind of outside the brick and mortar practices, that you really, to benefit yourself and your clients, you just draw up a simple contract of, listen, this is what is available to you, this is what I expect, this is what I can do for you. And then anything over these services will kind of be like a la carte. I know it's very hard for people to kind of be stern in price points and doing different things, but that's what this is about. And you valuing your time and knowing that you're going to stand up for what you believe in. We're often faced with situations that cause us to consider compromising our values or our beliefs or our resources and giving things away. I know I'm naturally generous, but also I do not work for free. That kind of thing. Knowing that, for instance, abandoning maybe a moral principle and bowing to peer pressure because we're afraid we won't fit in a group, cutting corners in order to save time and effort. It may often feel like an easier option to go against our convictions, but the more we compromise our values, the more of a negative impact it will have on our well-being. I'll give you an example. As somebody that offers advice, and I can see things with a healthy detachment, and I really do feel like, because I have studied relationships and studied so much into human behavior, that when I am giving a client advice and they come back with something, well, I'm just going to do A, B, and C, and I see it is going to be detrimental, I'm not just going to try to smooth everything over. I'm going to say, well, listen, what I've observed in the past when people do this, it is like a band-aid on a bullet wound, whatever. Just telling people the truth, not what they want to hear. And that's very important. And I feel like you'll be doing that and really getting to the nitty-gritty of what's important in your life, in your family, in your communication with other people, standing up for yourself, really adopting a stern kind of boundaries, which is important because when we speak the truth, it adds power to our life. It allows us to overcome obstacles and be true to ourselves, but also builds greater self-confidence, respect, and integrity. So if any of you guys are out there and you feel like, whoa, I'm doing way too many favors, or this person is leaning in too heavy and really demanding of my time and they're not compensating me, you're really going to stand up for that. Really big time for artists and people that are outside brick and mortar to stand up for themselves and say, listen, that you may not be accustomed. If you go into a dentist and they are going to pull a tooth for you, you are not going to expect them to do that for free just because they're over your house or you're on the phone with them. You know what I mean? So any of you guys that provide certain services for people, you're no longer going to just overlook any of these boundaries or contracts that you have in place. I love that. Not compromising yourself, knowing that you're worthy of whatever you are charging. And I feel like this is for people also that are creatives. If you're a designer, you're making something for somebody, right? You're making them jewelry, you're making them a coat, you're making them a bag, a special, initial personalized bag that you really set your expectations up front and you agree in the forefront. And also a lot of you guys to make sure too that you get paid up front, because a lot of people, after they receive the services, they can be very lackadaisical about paying up. And I know this. I talk to a lot of friends, and they have this issue, and you really have to kind of go, no, this is what I offer and this is what I expect, and much appreciated type of thing, So that brings us to winter solstice. Take time to celebrate. We have so many beautiful celebrations that are coming up right now. I love this. We've got Halloween. I have so many clients that are super stoked about their costumes, and my friends, and I'm really, really excited. This is rejoice, honoring self-reflection and rebirth. We can harness the power of ceremony and celebration to create really positive change and healing in our lives. I feel like this is a season more than any other season where people do this. In America, we're coming up to Thanksgiving, and we're really taking a really hardcore look at what are we thankful for, and how do we want to progress, and where do we want our lives to go, and what are we seeking? Life is what you celebrate, all of it, everything, even at its end. So let's celebrate the little things. I know today is beautiful weather, and I'm excited to just sit in my yard and meditate and create some beautiful intentions for the next couple days. I love this. I feel like this is a brilliant energy of just slowing down, taking it easy. And I was listening to quite a bit of Nicholas Asbaugh this morning, and I loved his compilation of day to day. We kind of need to reevaluate which direction we want to go and how we're going to dedicate our time, what's important to us now, because each day can shift and change, and allow for that. You're not stuck in anything. If you're in a job you dislike and you can't alter and kind of amend what's going wrong, that you can alter your course and choose a different direction that's going to suit you. Sometimes we get used to settling if we're in that modality, and it's time to break out of that and be like, man, I am not settling for anything. I deserve to enjoy my day and enjoy my environment, enjoy who I work with and how I work and all of that, and how my life operates. You are going to be able to create beautiful, positive change in your life right now. And this new moon is really going to be substantial and helpful in it, because it's a peaceful way to go about things, to ask for what you deserve and ask for what you need. It's not always easy, especially in a professional sphere and in a relationship, those things. But we really need to do that, because there aren't a lot of mind readers out there, so we just need to clarify. And there's a diplomatic and nice way to do it as well. Just slow down. You're not in a hurry. Let me give you an example. You ever just say you're dealing with a client in any way, shape, or form, and they all of a sudden are just making all these assumptions that you're going to do all of these things, but because you haven't clarified, they might just assume this, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, it can seem like a deterrent to want to work with them, because you're like, why are they making all these assumptions? But then when you take a really good look, you're like, have I clarified what's available to them and what you're willing to do? So really just kind of crossing those T's. Take your time. That way there is none of that animosity of oh wow, why would they think I would be doing all of that and things of that nature. I have a lot of friends, painters and otherwise, where people make all these assumptions, and they're like, no, that I need to clarify for my own business senses and purposes. And I feel like you'll be doing that too, and it just smooths the way, because everybody has different expectations, so it's nice to just clarify. I love that. And that's really the thistle and the sea glass, because the sea glass is about focusing your attention in a beautiful, calm, peaceful, quiet, and stable way. I love this. Meditation is for sure a practice that uses techniques as mindfulness to train attention and awareness. The purpose of meditation is to help us improve our health by achieving a mentally clear and emotionally calm and stable state. I have to do this every morning when I wake up. It has been scientifically proven to have a number of benefits, including stress reduction and easing anxiety and depression for sure. A mind unruffled by the vagaries of fortune, from sorrow freed, from defilements cleansed, from fear liberated. This is the greatest blessing. And that is a quote from the Buddha. Very true. In fact, I remember the other day meditating, and I heard very clearly, your body needs some things. It needs some minerals. There are things it's trying to tell you. So listen and then investigate. And I honestly found out I had a magnesium depletion, as well as, I was really in need of some more probiotics and things like that. And because I meditated and listened, that was made clear to me. So this is a time to listen to your body, time for mind, body, soul kind of clearance, rebalancing and recalibration, so you can be your best, strongest self, stand up for yourself, have clear boundaries. I'm very lucky in that I'm in a mature state, and I do know my worth and value. I do know my work is excellent. I put a lot of effort into it, and You know, therefore knowing that, I don't let certain things escape me and or let anybody step over that boundary. But it does come with practice. And as well as this, and this actually provides this for me, because I come from a calm, cool, collected, centered place after meditation, then I'm able to approach business practices and personal situations as well with a cool, clear mind. And you'll be able to do that, and then you'll be ready to celebrate. I love this so much. I almost feel like this is how I want to dress for Halloween now. I love that. I love anything that has to do with winter solstice. I'm such like a Nordic person. I love me some snow and ice and cold, and I'm excited for it for sure. And I'm super excited. Tomorrow we'll be married 30 years. It's my pearl anniversary. I'm super stoked. I'm going to go out today and find some fun little treats for Ian. It's kind of tough because he's such a healthy guy and he doesn't eat junk, that I can't get like cakes and treats like that. I'm like, oh, here's your fruit bowl. Happy 30 years of marriage. Just fill a bowl with pearls and be like, here you go. Pearls before swine. But I want to thank all you guys for your well-wishing and your nice messages over on IG. You guys are the greatest. So love and light.